Welcome back, guys. In this video I'm going through players that are templates of world-class players. By saying someone is a template of a world-class player, I mean a player that has similar size, build and play style as the world-class player mentioned. Also, just a reminder, if you enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. Jorginho Andrea Pirlo. Jorginho would be a one-of-a-kind player if it wasn't for the player he is a template to in Pirlo. The best way to describe these players is almost like a quarterback. The way they view football is the further back they are on the pitch, the more passing options they have, which is just like a quarterback, as the entire match is played in front of them, as they try to pick out a pass to progress the play into a touchdown, or in this case, a goal. Both Jorginho and Pirlo could pick out a pass with such accuracy you'd swear their feet were Tiger Woods' golf clubs. They find the time to play a perfect pass by having the ability to completely eradicate a player with one touch, taking them out of play with a flick into space to then ping a pass directly through on goal. Jorginho being a template of Pirlo is possibly the best example I could give you, as both turn passing into an art form. Mohamed Salah, Lionel Messi. Early on in a player's career, it's almost a curse nowadays to say someone is the next Messi or Ronaldo, but ever since Salah was deemed the Egyptian Messi, he's lived up to every bit of that name as humanly possible. Ever since the emergence of Messi, I've never seen a player so similar to him. I'm not saying Salah is as good as Messi, I'm saying he plays football in the same style and template as Messi. Both are inverted right wingers that only use their left foot, but their one-footedness never seems to affect them greatly as they can just decide precisely what they're going to do with the ball. Both also have inhumane low centre of gravity that allows them to dribble with the ball almost like it's superglued to their foot. Messi undoubtedly has great finishing ability, and the same can be said about Salah. Obviously his 32 record-breaking goal season stands out, but throughout his career he's consistently outscored his expected goals. Usually outperforming expected goals is a fluke and unreliable, but when it's done consistently for years, it means you're a top-class finisher, and Salah definitely falls into that category. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Yaya Toure. Next we have Chelsea's powerhouse midfielder that's not appeared at all this season due to an unfortunate injury only a week before the Europa League final last year. The Englishman was Chelsea's standout performer the whole way through the group stage and knockout stage until the unfortunate event happened. What I see in Ruben that reminds me of Yaya Toure is his huge presence in midfield and his explosive runs where no one can stop him. Neither are quick off the mark, but once they get going, their combination of power and technique is unstoppable. Toure was known for being a goal-scoring midfielder that could change a game whether it be from a free kick or just a moment of brilliance, and we are yet to see that output from Loftus-Cheek over a substantial period of time. That being said, in just over 1,500 minutes last season, he scored 10 and assisted 5, across the Premier League and Europa League. The 24-year-old has yet to reach his potential, and in a few years' time he could definitely be in the discussion alongside Yaya when talking about powerhouse midfielders. Wilfred Ndidi, Nemanja Matich. Ndidi had the toughest task in football, arriving from Genk for £15 million to replace the best defensive midfielder in world football, Kante. Kante averaged an incredible, and I mean batshit crazy, 9.8 tackles and interceptions in the Premier League in their title-winning season. To put that into context, an average defensive midfielder would make anywhere from 3 to 4 tackles and interceptions a game. Leicester arguably couldn't replace them with anyone better than Ndidi, as he averaged a whopping 6.3 throughout his entire career. Ndidi isn't the same type of defensive midfielder as Kante though, as he more fits the template of Matic when he was playing at Chelsea. They both are huge physical presences that sit the most defensive in a midfield trio. Neither venture far up the pitch as they aren't known for their great finishing or creative ability, and know their limits, which is what makes them both great in their role. Odsonne Edouard, Romelu Lukaku. Edouard came through the PSG youth system like many great French talents do. Edouard never really got a chance at PSG and opted to go for a less successful team in Celtic, quite like the journey of Romelu Lukaku, who never got a chance at Chelsea and made a move to Everton. Edouard is the focal point of all Celtic attacks, whether it be holding up the ball or being the target man in the box, just like how Lukaku was at Everton. They both have great finishing ability and intelligence off the ball, whether it be positioning or making a great run into the box. For these two players to be compared properly, Edouard would have to make a move to the Premier League, which is looking very likely with the likes of Arsenal and Spurs in for him. Gabriel Martinelli, Heung-min Son. Martinelli came from Ituano in Brazil, finishing top goal scorer for his team, earning himself a £6 million move to Arsenal. Martinelli makes his trade by making direct pacey dribbles towards goal and putting the ball in the back of the net, just like Son. Both are tall, powerful and fast, which is what helps them to dribble directly towards goal, as powerful pacey tall wingers are hard to stop because they're big and fast, and can flick a ball around an oncoming defender as fast as lightning. The one thing defenders always worry about is pace, and whenever that is accompanied by power, it's near impossible to stop. Add extremely clinical finishing, which both Son and Martinelli have, and the opposition's manager will have sleepless nights on the run up to the match trying to figure out how to stop them. Another similarity between Martinelli and Son is that they're both inverted wingers that could change the striker with the flick of a switch in game, which is also very troubling for defenders. Bruno Fernandez, David Silva. Bruno Fernandez has only recently joined the Premier League with a £46 million transfer to Man United, and he's really left his mark, picking up the Premier League Player of the Month award at the first time of asking. He finds the perfect balance of being a creative number 10 and finding the right position to slot a goal home, just like his rival across Manchester, David Silva. Both are extremely technically gifted number 10s that sit deeper than the forward line and try to break down the defence and enter the box, whether it be by threading a pass through or dribbling past the defenders with grace and ease. With David Silva more than likely finishing off his Premier League career, it's nice to see a player very similar to his playstyle starting his. Timo Werner, Pierre Emerick Aubameyang. Chelsea new boy Timo Werner is a direct, pacey, prolific striker that will Fernandez step on a piece of Lego, then play with his back to goal or hold up the ball in any sort of way. Werner might as well have tunnel vision, he runs so directly towards goal. That being said, he's very successful at playing on the left wing as an inverted winger / wide striker. Sound familiar? That's because last year's Premier League joint Golden Boot winner Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is the exact same. A pacey striker that operates from wide. Both players may sometimes line up as a left winger when the lineups are released on match day, but they're definitely second strikers that take up wide positions before they pounce into the box and grab a goal. Once again, Aubameyang may be playing his last season of Premier League football, and Werner will be only starting his. Kaglar Soyuncu, Nemanja Matich. Soyuncu learned his trade in Germany playing for Freiburg, where he learned how to fight for a result, before earning himself a move to Leicester for £19 million. While at Freiburg, he faced constant pressure as a defender and transferred his trade over to his current team Leicester, where he puts his body on the line every time he steps out on the pitch, like Nemanja Vidic. Vidic has nicknames like the Guardian and the Serbian Terminator, and for good reason. The Serb was a tough, no-nonsense centre-back that fought for every ball his way. He was so tough that he even asked Alex Ferguson to release him so he could go fight a civil war back in his home country. If that's not dedication and hunger, I don't know what is. Soyuncu may not be going out to fight any wars anytime soon, but he's as tough and as willing as they come nowadays. Anyways, that's it for this video where I compare players that are templates of world-class players. If I missed anyone, please let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.